afternoon, everybody. What we're going to talk about today is, are immediate annuities affected by interest rates? In other words, if interest rates go up, are the payouts of an immediate annuity that you get quoted going to go up a lot or a little? Or if interest rates go down, if you call an insurance company and get a quote for investing, say, $100,000 into an annuity, what will the payout be per month, and how interest rates affect that or don't? And the impression that you get when you talk to folks in the business is that the payouts are really controlled by your age and their projections for your mortality, and then of course the other factor is how much you put in. I'm 70 years old, and this research that I've got here is done based on a 70-year-old male with no beneficiaries, just to keep everything comparable. Of course, if you're going to buy an annuity and you're married, you'd want to include your spouse. At least that'd be my advice. The article I'm looking at was originally from 2008 and 2009, so this will give us a good way to look at, because we all know interest rates have gone down. And I'm going to tell you what the payouts were for the past 20 years by looking at roughly 10-year segments and what they paid. And this article is written by a very reputable company, financial analytical company, and they're talking about, let me move over here where you can see this, a ladder of annuities can hedge your bets. It's about retirement income and creating retirement income. But for the purpose, and there's some great information in here, but the purpose of our conversation is interest rates and how they are affecting or not affected the payouts on annuities. So I'm going to be reading from this sentence here, and then I'll be reading from basically the same article. This is in 2008, 2009. This one is from 2015, 2016. The verbiage is all the same. But what they have to change, of course, is that if the amount of the payout changes, they've got to include that. And that's what we're going to talk about today, is have they been affected by interest rates? So in 2008, 2009, the article says this. It's just a few sentences, so just be patient. Today's payouts for fixed immediate annuities are relatively low because interest rates and bond yields are low. A 70-year-old male could get an average monthly payout of $7.31 per $1,000 invested, compared with $8.32 in the summer of 2000. So that's a great comparison. In 2000, $8.32. In 2008 and 2009, roughly 10 years later, $7.31, because interest rates were coming down back then. And so then we take the next one, which again, it's the same article, but it's talking about a ladder of annuities, but here is the payout rates. And it says a 70-year-old male could recently get an average monthly payout of $5.65 per $1,000 invested, compared with the old number, $8.32 in the summer of 2000. Okay, so now we're going to look at all of that compared with where we are today and see what that all looks like. So I'm going to swing the camera around here where you can see my work, and we'll talk about that. So in 2000, an immediate annuity quotation on average was $8.32 per $1,000 invested. There's, if you invest $100,000, it's 100, because there's 100,000s in 100,000 times 832. You get paid $832 a month on $100,000 back in 2000. All right? And then the next year we're going to look at is the 2000, 2009, that first article we had. And they talk about it being $7.31 per $1,000. So it's 100 times 731 gives you $731 a month invested or paid out on $100,000 invested in an immediate annuity. That was the average quotation that you would get back then. All right, and this is 2015, 2016, and they're still saying interest rates are low, and they've come down even more. So it's $5.65 per $1,000 invested, or $565 a month invested if you invest $100,000 in an immediate annuity. And then we look at today, and I went online and got a quote from a reputable insurance company, and we all know what interest rates have done since 2015, 2016. They've come down, and so this is what we're left with: $4.63 per $1,000 invested. So if you put in $100,000, you get $463 a month. And now we look at a summary of all that we've discussed. In 2000, you would have gotten $832 a month. In 2008, you'd have got $731 a month. In 2015, $565 a month. And then today, $463 a month if you invested $100,000 in 2021 to 2022. So that's, the answer is yes. Interest rates do affect payouts significantly in immediate annuities. They are affected. The payouts are affected by interest rates enormously. So it's not just your age and mortality rates and all that. So just to further dramatically show this, if you invested $300,000 in 2000, you'd get roughly $2,500 a month from an immediate annuity back then. Today, you're going to get $1,389 a month, or you'd be short $1,107. And consider the fact what inflation has done since 2000. I know inflation hadn't been very high in the last 2 or 3 years, but I sold my home last year, and it appreciated quite a bit since 2003 when we moved in it. So interest rates and inflation, interest rates are going down, inflation was going up back 20 years ago. So you might want to look at this 1389 and say, okay, inflation would even take that down further. And in fact, the $2,500 that you're getting in 2000, if this was an enormously fair world, which it isn't, this should actually be higher. And that's, and you'd hope to get in later years even more money to keep up with the cost of living. But it hasn't happened. It's gone the other way. So you're actually getting far less. So the answer is that are annuity payouts impacted by interest rates, or is it mostly just life expectancy? It's huge. Okay, so don't be misinformed. Immediate annuity payouts have been dramatically affected by interest rates being driven down so low to where we are presently, and hopefully interest rates will start to go up and some of these payouts will begin to recover. But that's where we are today. Thanks for listening, and please subscribe, and I'll put out more information. Thank you.